Ladies and gentlemen, this is my weekly commentary video. Some of you might be old enough to remember when the three strikes you're out law went into effect. It was during the Clinton administration. And this is why I don't understand how our people could even like the Clintons at this point. Hillary Clinton was the one that lobbied this bill and got it passed through Congress. And Bill Clinton was the one that signed it into law. So between Bill and Hillary, neither one of them got clean hands in this whole thing. And from the start, we know this was only going to impact Black people more than anyone else. Now, what does the three strikes you're out law, why was this even put in place? Well, they're claiming that it was for the habitual offender, the one that kept going out there committing crimes. And in many cases, ladies and gentlemen, those were very petty crimes when you take a close look at some of those crimes that were committed. So in 1987, the federal sentencing guidelines and mandatory minimum sentencing laws in most states are also very tough on repeat offenders, okay? Which I get. You do want to stop people from committing crimes. But let's be real, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be real. America don't have any laws on the books in this country, nor have they ever had laws on the books that deter crime. They have no laws on the books that really deters crime at all. It doesn't matter what they write into law. Crime will always be here. And in my opinion, America encourages crime. And you may say, why do I say America encourage crimes? Because it's real contradictory, number one. I did a video, probably more than a year ago, on how these cops have rap sheets. And they seem to be fine with that. Number two, you have people that are correction officers that have rap sheets. America encourages crime through entertainment. They glorify crime through entertainment. You have constantly a barrage of shows and movies with crime and cops and robbers and cops and killers and all kinds of movies of that nature. And I know you can think of many crimes in movies, and this is glorified in this country. There's always these cop movies and these very over-the-top shootouts in the movies. It's highly encouraged. Or when certain people are committing crimes, they try to glorify it. Do you remember when them two white girls were robbing and they called them the Barbie bandits? That's what I'm talking about. They encourage that shit. And then when they got caught, when we saw the mugshots, they weren't no Barbies at all, more like dogs than Barbies. But see, that's what I'm talking about. America glorifies it. And America also excuses crimes depending on the color of the skin. And we have seen that over and over through the criminal system that they have all rigged up in this country. you'll see Black people get these astronomical sentences, and you'll see white people get much reduced sentence or even sometimes no sentence at all for the same crime. Now, I got two people here. Now, this case, I remember when this happened in New Jersey. I did a story on this, a matter of fact. New Jersey dealer caught with 83 bricks of heroin gets 6 months of rehab, no jail. And this guy had a rap sheet. And this was not the first time he was busted for drugs. So he was a repeat offender. But even with all of that in his background, ladies and gentlemen, the court saw fit to put him in rehab for 6 months and no jail time. 83 bricks of heroin he was caught with. Just picture that in your mind. Now, let me take you over here to the case of Anwar Holmes. He was caught with 16 grams of cocaine during a traffic stop. He got 80 years. 80 years for 16 grams of cocaine. 83 bricks of heroin. 6 months of rehab. No jail. See, this is what we talk about when we say the system is rigged. We know it has been rigged from the start, and we know the laws were written specifically for the Black community. You know, you got to look at the timelines of when all of this stuff was set up, ladies and gentlemen. You know, as soon as slavery, chattel slavery, was over, that's when they jumped up and put in that 13th Amendment. Because you know why? They had no intentions of letting you really be free. And when you see sentencing, these type of disparities in sentences, then you automatically know the system is rigged. They never wanted their people in prison, no matter what crime they commit. And if you notice, just look at how the media reports on this stuff too. Whenever there's a mass killing, what do? They want to show you, well, this person did kill, but there's a human side to them too. They had a family, they had kids. Oh, they had a rough upbringing. Their mama died, and oh, tough life. They're trying to appeal to the public and taking it easy on this mass shooter because blah, 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 blah. I have yet to see a Black man or woman kill in this country and the media come on and appeal to the public the fact that they might have lived a rough life and felt threatened and dealt with a lot of racism throughout their life. No, they don't do that kind of appealing when it comes down to us. Only their own. But these disparities in sentencing is real. Mass incarceration during the crack epidemic, during the opioid plague, it's a public health issue. and they really don't belong in jail. They need treatment. Hell, they're even going as far as setting up safe injection houses for them to bring their illegal drugs and shoot up in front of a medical professional and not go to jail. They have gone, ladies and gentlemen, above and beyond to keep these people from going behind bars where they really, truly belong. But these concerns were not raised during the crack epidemic. And the crack epidemic really was not that long ago, ladies and gentlemen. It really wasn't that long ago. But this opioid plague and fentanyl and heroin and meth, this has far exceeded the crack epidemic. And it's much larger in numbers as far as the number of junkies that are out here. They're not going to do anything about them, ladies and gentlemen. They're not. Just understand that. They will arm this whole country up with Narcan before they jail their own. And we're seeing that happen now. Now, they're trying to give everybody Narcan. And believe me, Pennsylvania is just the beginning. It's going to spread to many other states. Ladies and gentlemen, they can't handle the amount of calls they're getting for these junkies nationwide. They're handing out that Narcan because they are desperate and need the help in dealing with them. This is why the public is now giving some free Narcan, and you help them because they are spreading the police, fire department, and EMTs thin, running around helping these people. You know, about a year ago, they were putting the articles out of how many calls a day some of these cities would get dealing with these junkies. And those calls would take up the vast majority of their time. But I noticed they're kind of backing off on telling you that now. But now it's time to give free Narcan. One thing they won't do, ladies and gentlemen, is admit they have been defeated by this drug plague, and they're never going to recover from it. And that's real. Please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. And I'll see you in my next video. Peace, family.